When we designed the new Rago bags for houseboat, we had two main focuses. The first one, obviously, is comfort, and the second one, but more importantly, is thermal efficiency. The bag has to keep you warm, and it has to keep you nice and toasty and safe in the evenings, out in the winter or the summer, or wherever you're camping. Now, the thermal efficiency and the comfort are actually linked, and they're linked through the fit of the bag, or they're also linked with how the down is put inside the bag and how the down is distributed to give you the most effective use of the down and to make sure that there are absolutely no cold spots around your body. Because the cold spot is the place where you're using your body temperature to try and stay nice and comfortable. It's just leaking out of the bag. So when we were designing the bags, first of all, we looked at the fit, how closely the bag can fit around the human body. If there's any extra space that your body is basically wasting energy trying to warm. And then we looked if there was any place where your body was pressing against the bag. And what that does is it compresses the down inside the sleeping bag and reduces the insulation value of the down, and just means that all that hard-won warmth and heat just escapes out into the night air. When we started off designing the bags, the first thing we did was build fabric test cells. Now what those cells do is they define the actual fill power of the down that we're using, and to make sure that they're holding the fabric far enough apart to give good thermal efficiency. If we put the right amount of down inside, it would hold that fabric far enough apart so that we could have the optimum use of down inside it. We then took that constant and we applied it to the fill chart for the specification for each of the bags, because the factor that gives you the highest thermal efficiency is the loft of the bag. That is the space between your body and the outside air. And that's simply a dimension in centimetres. Do you want a 2 centimetre loft or a 5 or an 8 centimetre loft? And that means it gives you the insulation value of the sleeping bag itself. Once we'd established the exact fill specification for the bag, we knew we needed to also focus on the fit. And in order to remove those cold spots and to make the bag as comfortable as possible, we looked back over the range of sleeping bags we've had before and thinking, how can we make these even better? How can we improve the comfort and the thermal efficiency? It's all about thermal efficiency. And so we looked at the fit of the Scandinavian population. We're saying, okay, we want to make sure this fits people who are taller. We want to make sure it fits people who demand a lot from their sleeping bag. The environment they're sleeping in is a lot colder. It's a lot more demanding. So how can we get the optimum fit, but also make it comfortable? So what we've done is reshape the hood around the head so that even when the hood is drawn in nice and tight, it still maintains a maximum loft for maximum warmth. We then shape the bag especially around the shoulders so that there's no cold spots once again, and also so that you still have a nice, comfortable night's sleep around the shoulders. And we also shape the bag to be actually wider down below the shoulders, because when you're moving and when you're sleeping, you actually want more room around your middle so that you can move your arms and so that you can roll over. And once again, no cold spots. It's important when we're designing a sleeping bag to think about the entire body fit. So what we've also done is looked at how people sleep with their feet. When their feet are relaxed, they tip forward, they tip out, and often your toes will touch against the side of the bag and actually create a little cold spot there, which can be quite uncomfortable. So we reshaped the foot box to lean forward so that it actually fits people when they're sleeping, when their feet are relaxed. We wanted to make the sleeping bag really comfortable around people's face when they're sleeping, so we added an internal drawer cord, and we also added more down around the face so that when that hood is compressing in, you don't actually feel a hard drawer cord against your face, and it also closes off the front of the bag for even more, once again, thermal efficiency. We've spent a lot of time designing the Rago zip so that it opens and closes really smoothly without snagging, without catching. There's a facing on the draft tube, which is a very, very smooth, soft webbing that the zipper slider just moves over. There's no chance of snagging. And the other side of the zipper has an internal fused lining just to really stabilize the fabric around the zip and stop snagging. It's so easy to get in and out of. One of the things I notice with customers when they're buying a sleeping bag is they'll look at it from the outside saying, okay, well, this looks interesting. They'll look at what the bag will do for them in terms of thermal efficiency and warmth and where it's to be used. But then what they'll do is straight away unzip the bag and put their hand inside just to see, how does this fabric feel? How comfortable is it? Now, the feel of the fabric and the quality of it is really, really important for a sleeping bag because it's resting against you when you're asleep. What we did, we wanted them to have the best quality fabric we possibly could, so we chose a Pertex lining fabric, and just the feeling of this fabric against your skin is very luxurious. It feels warm, even without the down inside, so it's a lovely fabric. We know that men and women sleep differently. Women tend to sleep a little bit colder than men. They need a warmer bag to stay warm at the same temperature. It's unfortunate, but that's just the way it goes. Once we'd established the fill ratio of each bag, we were able to redistribute and rebalance the down so that it made the bag more comfortable for women. We boosted the volume of down around the shoulders and also down around the feet, because women often get cold feet when they sleep. We were able to get the bag actually warmer because the fit of a woman's bag is a little bit smaller than in the men's bag. So, for example, in the Rago Extreme, we're able to get -25 for the men's, but actually -30 for the women's in the T-limit rating, just because the fit was better. And once again, thermal efficiency.